Hi and welcome to Blytheway Business News. Today we're joined by Russell Starr, who is the president of Pivot Pharmaceuticals. Thank you for joining us today, Russell.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to chat with you about all things CBD in our company.
Great. Well, can you start by telling us a little bit about your company and what it is that you do?
Absolutely. So I'm the president of Pivot Pharmaceuticals. I handle most of the marketing as well as various managerial duties as most presidents would. And the company, it's a very intriguing company. Unlike LPs, which are really suffering in today's market, and then the vaping industry we were just discussing, Pivot Pharmaceutical, the scientists who created the company maybe 5 years ago, were very, very smart. They acquired 15 patents, medicinal patents, that could be applicable to the cannabis industry. So we have specialized products, literally for the sexual lubricant industry. We have specialized products. Probably our number one product would be a water-soluble CBD liquid that's accurate to dose. It lasts 10 times longer. It's more bioavailable. And these are very, very big terms that you're actually going to hear the market talking about, because historically what's happened in the CBD world, at least, people are mixing CBD oil with MCT oil or CBD with coconut oil, and people don't understand that that actually goes bad once you open it in about 4 months.
Oh, really? I wouldn't even know that, yeah.
No one's really talked about it, and it's actually very, very non-bioavailable. So bioavailability, which we have in spades, because ours is water soluble, it literally, the minute it enters your stomach and your intestine, it starts to get ingested, is a key factor, because you can use much less and get a better exposure to the CBD. So that is our number one product. It's called a micelle CBD product. It's with a patent called Solumic, and we're actually selling in Germany right now with that product.
Right, and what about some of your other products?
Well, I mentioned the sexual lubricants. Everybody always gets a bit of a smile on their face when I say that, but we have these two other patents, one called Biphasics and another called Through-Dermic. Biphasics was developed by Helix for a drug called interferon. We have the rights to use it for the cannabis CBD industry, and it basically prohibits the CBD from entering the bloodstream, so it actually stays on, in this case with a sexual lubricant, whatever area you put it on, which enhances blood flow. And then Through-Dermic, which we envisage being an excellent patent for the athletic or mobility industry, it time releases the speed at which the CBD enters your bloodstream. So for example, if you wanted to play a round of golf, you could actually put it on your back or your shoulder, and you could time release it over a longer period of time. And similarly, if you had an acute injury, you could put it on and we could have it so it went into your bloodstream right away. And those are just 3 of the patents we have. And like I said, there are 15 others. But unlike the rest of the industry, we sit more as a pharma nutraceutical company. We will have power drinks as well and other various nutraceutical products, just because of those patents and the myriad of things we can use them for.
And you recently entered the US market. How's that gone for you?
So we've partnered with a company called F&B Cosmetics, a very, very big production facility in Nashville, or just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. It's just underway. We'll be producing products in Q1, as we will in Canada as well. But what I hadn't mentioned to you is the gentleman who I call our secret weapon. His name's Joe Minram. And Joe created Club Monaco, Alfred Sung, Joe Fresh. He's a branding legend, and he's branding all of our products for the US and Canada. Germany is a little bit different, because Germans are a little bit different in terms of what they like, in terms of their bottling and whatnot. But from a North American perspective, I have a really, really strong feeling that our medical grade products will be a hit, because everyone's looking for sort of the CBD exposure, and people are just realizing that all of these products that they're seeing online, the ones that are mixed in MCT or coconut oil, and even some of these other companies that are extolling, we now have a water-soluble product, but they can't mass produce it. We can mass produce it. We have 8 years of data on our product. And so once people figure out that you can take less of our product, it's water-soluble, it's tasteless, we can flavor it if we want, and it's way more bioavailable, I think it'll be a real hit, especially with the branding from Joe Minram.
It's good to have these people in your team. Tell us about the rest of your team. Who else is involved?
So we've recently brought on an amazing CEO, Tony Renaud. She's a PhD literally in micelle technology. It's apparently one of the most quoted dissertations for micelle technology. She has an MBA as well, speaks German, French, English, and she's just getting up to speed with the company. So she's on board and doing a great job with what's going on in Germany. And then we have Chris Lucky, who was decades in the industry as our COO, amazing. And then our executive chairman, his name is Christian Toth. He's a senior partner at FASC and obviously helps us with due diligence on the legal side. And then we've brought in some really great other sort of mid-tier managerial scientists, marketing experts. We're just getting ready for a big launch in January, February. And that's why I'm here. I'm trying to explain to people we don't need money right now. What we need is people to understand that we're not an LP. We're not growing. We're going to be cash flowing. We're going to be profitable. These are terms that I don't think anybody's really ever used in the industry for maybe 5 years. It's all being priced to revenue. You got to look at the fundamentals of the business. You need profitability for any business to run.
Of course. Well, it's also new as well. I mean, where do you see the CBD market going in the future?
Look, I'm a CBD user. I have a bad back from decades of playing sports, literally to the point where sometimes I wasn't able to walk. I've now been taking CBD religiously. It works. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-anxiety. It attaches to your CB1, CB2 receptors. So my world, I see CBD in everything because it's like an olive oil. It doesn't really have any harmful side effects other than if you're drinking pure oil all the time. Right. Pure oil can't be all that good for you, but if you can get a water-soluble product like ours, you can get the CBD. It doesn't, interact with your liver, and so I see beverages. I see the tobacco industry. I see a world where CBD is in Betty Crocker, who knows, soups.
Cakes.
Yes,
yeah. That was the story that I heard when I was in the US, that Suna, the bigger,
We actually have, of all things, a patent for literally mixing CBD with flour, effectively. And people are using that to make all sorts of things. We don't really talk about it. It'll be more of a royalty strategy, just because everyone uses it, but there's no reason why we shouldn't benefit from everyone using it.
Can you tell us about some of the drug delivery technologies that you've acquired recently?
Well, the number one is the water-soluble CBD liquid. And just so everybody understands, 99% of the product that you buy in the CBD world is mixed with an oil. And everyone is trying to liquefy it into a water-soluble elixir or tincture. We already have that. We have a PZN number, which means that in Germany, pharmacists and doctors can prescribe it. So this is a very, very high-end medical grade product that can be used at the pharmacist medical level. Nanotechnology, no one knows the end result. Ours is charge stabilization, so I guess that would be our preeminent. But then the other two, as I mentioned, are biphasics, through-dermic, and then Arctic is the other technology which allows you to basically cook with it. But I've met here in the UK, ironically, a friend of mine that I grew up with in Calgary who's got a beverage company, and he's desperately looking for a water-soluble CBD formula, which we have. So I think the sky's the limit for the industry, and there are cool pharma nutraceutical companies out there that people aren't paying attention to, like us, while they sell their bigger companies who just haven't been able to make money, they're growers, but they're really farmers, and I say that with respect, but they haven't been able to make money. So, when you look for the next iteration or evolution in the industry, I think you really want to be looking at these medical grade, IP, scientifically driven companies who can be profitable, such as ours.
And what are your company's plans for the future?
Look, if you were to talk to the two key shareholders who really financed this company out of its difficulties maybe a year ago, they would say, look, we're looking to generate a lot of EBITDA and then sell to a pharma or a big cannabis company. But the more near-term goal is revenue, profitability, really, really push our products into the market, especially given Joe Mimram. I highly recommend people Google who he is. He is a legendary CPG icon, consumer products goods icon. So we have wonderful branding. Our products will be known as Feel Better, Move Better, Love Better, and Think Better. And people should be really excited about what they're about to see from our company.
Russell, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us on Belgravia Business News. Join us again for more business news.